Have you ever observed how certain individuals seem to influence everything around them without uttering a single word? They don't raise their voice, they don't plead, they simply step back, and suddenly the entire atmosphere shifts. The energy transforms. People begin to wonder, to pursue, to feel something deeper. Now imagine doing the same. What if, instead of reacting instantly, you embraced stillness? What if you chose to withdraw rather than explode? Consider what might unfold. That's the real turning point. The moment you're no longer constantly accessible, emotionally, physically, mentally, the world around you starts to tremble. Because your reactions, your impulses, your consistency, that's how people held control over you. But once you decide to retreat, the rules of the game are rewritten. Those who thought they had you all figured out suddenly realize they knew nothing at all. Carl Jung once said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to a better understanding of ourselves." So reflect on this. When you become unreachable, who truly panics? Who gets annoyed? Who pushes your buttons just to see you react? Their behavior says more about them than it ever did about you, and it uncovers a harsh truth. You're still being manipulated, often without even knowing it. You keep giving yourself away to avoid conflict, to keep harmony, to hold on to people who were never fully present in the first place. Each time you say yes unwillingly, each instant reaction, each emotional surrender, you're handing over fragments of your power. And what remains in the end? Exhaustion, discontent, a hollowness that's hard to explain. But here's the reason. You're giving too much of yourself to those who aren't even worthy of your silence. This message isn't about abandoning the world. It's about returning to yourself. It's about embracing what Jung described as individuation. The journey toward becoming whole, genuine, and truly yourself begins with one realization. Silence can carry more weight than 1,000 debates. Stepping back, not out of fear but from awareness, is a bold declaration of strength. So let me ask you directly, how much longer will you let the emotions of others dictate your life? How much longer will you act like a puppet every time someone touches your emotional scars? Perhaps now is the moment to cut the cords, step into solitude, and become something unreadable. Because once you stop making yourself constantly accessible, everything begins to shift. We've been raised to be ever-present, quick to reply, eager to satisfy, to say yes even when our entire being screams no. Since early on, we were taught that our value is tied to our availability. But let's speak a truth that's rarely said with clarity. Being excessively available isn't a strength. It's a form of imprisonment. As long as you believe your worth depends on being emotionally or physically reachable at all times, you'll continue to be used, drained, and discarded the moment your utility fades. Why? Because when you're always there, you become predictable. And predictability becomes a tool in others' hands. People begin to treat you like a personal emotional switch. They flip it when they want comfort, validation, attention, and shut it off when they're done. But you don't even notice. You're stuck in a false hope that by being present for everyone, someone will finally be truly present for you. But it doesn't work that way. Carl Jung talked about the persona. This mask we wear to be accepted, liked, acknowledged. And it's this very mask that makes you over-available. You pretend you're fine while you're gasping for air. You answer messages immediately, even in exhaustion. You defend, explain, justify yourself, acting as though the world is entitled to every part of you. The more you center your life around meeting others' needs, the more you lose sight of your own. Constant availability is a quiet act of self-neglect. It's a hidden way of chasing validation, dodging rejection, and trying to shape how people see you. But trying to control perception always comes with a cost, and that cost is your inner peace. Your energy is treated like it's endless, when in truth, it's incredibly limited. The people who expect you to always be there don't truly want you. They want the comfort, attention, and reassurance you offer. And the moment you change, draw a line, or stop reacting on demand, they push back. They call you strange. They blame you. Not because you've transformed, but because you're no longer convenient. Here's the brutal truth. The more accessible you are, the less others appreciate you. What is overly abundant is easily taken for granted. People don't cherish what they don't have to work for. They don't respect what's always at hand. So pause and reflect. Who actually deserves your time? Who is worthy of your focus, your presence, your listening ear? Or better yet, who deserves your absence? But before we can answer that, we must explore something deeper. Why do we react so fast? Why is it so hard to resist explaining ourselves, pleasing or defending? The root lies in something Carl Jung described as psychic energy. And that's where we're headed next, because this energy is the most valuable thing you have. And if you don't learn to guard it, others will use it for their own gain. If this message resonates with you, hit that subscribe button and support the channel. Thank you. Jung never believed the human mind functioned like a mechanical response machine. He saw it as a system powered by energy, where every emotion, decision, and thought drains a bit of our reserve. So ask yourself honestly, are you consciously directing your energy, or is the world doing it for you? Every reactive outburst, every needless justification, every wasted argument, every attempt to earn approval, you're spending vital inner strength on things that offer nothing in return.